Hi everybody, it is the 14th of February 2023 and the first update for DayZ this year has dropped with update 1.20. So what we're going to do is read through the blog post first and then we'll read through some of the patch notes. So here we go. So this is by Adam Franku, lead creative dev, I think it is, or creative lead, sorry. Greetings survivors, we're releasing our first update of 2023 today. Say hello to update 1.20. Hello update 1.20. We've already started gearing up for a full year of DayZ support and felt it would be wise to spend a bit of time tackling various issues and addressing all the feedback we received during our very busy developmental phase last year. You might find update 1.20 lacking in the content department, but it certainly makes up for that with a wide variety of fixes and changes. And this is me speaking now. I've spent quite a lot of time in the experimental server for Xbox, and it does seem to be much smoother. And lots of PC players are commenting about the fact that the ADS bug has been fixed as well. There are far too many to mention them all here, but some of our favourites include more vehicle fixes, a resolved ADS bug, connectivity indicators, and improvements to the third-person camera. If you'd like to learn more about everything update 1.20 brings to the table, head on over to our official forums and check out the change notes, which we will be reading in a sec. And I'll put links to all of this in the description below the video. But basically what happens now is when you're in third person and you get close to like a wall or you're inside a building, the camera zooms in a bit, so you can't quite peek corners like you could before. And see, we're getting all these new masks. Sorry, there's the mime masks and there's the carnival masks. There is a video on the blog page as well, so make sure you click through and check it out. While we're very happy to kick off the year with update 1.2, we'd also like to discuss what's in store for the rest of 2023. As we teased in a recent live stream, this year is going to be a little different. One thing we'd like to clarify is that we will definitely be supporting the game throughout 2023. The content of future updates, however, will be a lot more dynamic in nature and won't always deliver the usual template of gun, feature, bug fix. The reason for this is because we plan on expanding our focus regarding the possibilities of the DayZ game, brand, and team itself. We can't offer too many details at the moment, but the following are a few of the areas we've begun to look into as possible additions to future updates. Now, we need to stop here because that is a massive statement there. That is a massive statement. The possibilities of the DayZ game, brand, and the team itself. So, the DayZ brand, well, isn't the DayZ game is the brand, isn't it? So what they're saying is, well, maybe they can take the DayZ brand to different games. Or special events in different games. And the team itself, maybe they're thinking, all right, we can, fingers crossed, it's about expanding the team. So we do know that with Arma Reforger being out there, one of the problems with Arma Reforger, which is Bohemia Interactive's testbed moving towards Arma 4, is that I don't think it's done particularly well in terms of sales, mainly because it was pretty much broken when they released it. But maybe they're thinking, wait a minute. If we had DayZ on the new Enfusion engine, we could have sold a lot more copies of that than we have of Reforger. So who knows? I don't know. But it's very exciting, isn't it, to think that DayZ is going to be coming to other things. I mean, we have Mini DayZ, don't we? Or Mini DayZ 2 now. And we have a little bit of merch. But yeah, very, very exciting. It's good to see they're thinking about these things. Character cosmetics will play a huge role in every update this year. We'd like to grow what is already a massive collection by increasing the variety of loot to be found and offering even more amazing clothes to wear. Don't expect us to follow other popular games with an abundant amount of pink skins. Think backpacks and survival themes and outfits that exemplify the DayZ brand. Yeah, cool. That's what we want. Another element we intend to update later this year is the iconic Northwest airfield, the NWAF on Chernerus. Our primary focus will be to simplify the airfield's layout and make the runway and taxiways more authentic. Obviously, a change to this location is a substantial project and will require synchronization with a total server wipe. So that'll be coming this year at some point. We also plan on focusing more on infected AI this year, so the artificial intelligence for the zombies. We'd like to change the way they move through the environment, as well as how you battle them. There are a number of factors regarding this subject that require further investigation, so we can't share much more info with you at present. But suffice to say that the changes we're considering have a great potential to change the PvE aspect of the game for the better. Absolutely. You know, we all know that when you're wandering around and battling infected, far too often you end up in a situation, in vanilla DayZ this is, where you're standing on a car bashing bashing the heads in of infected one at a time. It would really be good to make things, I think infected should be able to climb onto vehicles. I think infected should be able to open doors, but to kind of counter that, we need to have the ability to, you know, lock doors faster. You know, we need the ability to, perhaps the fact that there are less infected around, so that if an infected can climb onto a high structure where you're hiding, there's not as many of them to kill you, you know, so you don't get swamped by infected. And one of the coolest, I think, additions we had, I think it was last year, was the ability to stealth kill zombies. I would like to see, you know, more of that. So yeah, very exciting that they're looking into this. Following last year's edition of the Steam achievements in update 1.18, we spent some time thinking about how we can expand the selection of available trophies and achievements. We've got a few ideas up our sleeves, and we'll be offering additional challenges later this year for all you completists out there. This year will be less about firearms, as we feel there is generally a good variety present, and we would rather invest our resources in other features. I totally agree. There's enough guns in DayZ. We'd also like to give more attention to some quality of life changes, similar to what we did in the 1.20 update. Absolutely, we need better onboarding for new players especially. Furthermore, we will continue the trend of offering more tools to server owners, with our primary focus oriented towards console communities and the ability to manage their server. There we go, peeps. Console is getting the love it deserves. That's pretty much for it now. That's pretty much for it now. We're really looking forward to another year of great adventures, and hope you'll continue to enjoy them with us as I put my teeth back in on behalf of the DayZ team, Adam. So yeah, very, very exciting. Very, very exciting, that blog post. So let's have a look at the patch notes. Here we go. So let's look at the console ones. So they've added in the mime masks and the carnival masks, and warning icons for the connection stability and server performance. And there's loads of fixes. Again, I'll just put links to this in the description below this video. I don't need to read through all of these because there's so many. But it's obviously this first patch for 2023 is all about stability. The main ones are, we've also got some additions to server stuff. So within the server configs, they've added server config parameters for connectivity warnings, gameplay JSON version mismatch and default value handling. Here we go. But what we're interested in, here we go. Parameter to gameplay config JSON that allows people to disable the behavior of influence of stamina to inertia. Parameter to gameplay config that allows control of a variety of stamina consumers. So they're really important. So it means that you can really fine-tune the way that the new stamina changes work on your particular server. So if you want a really fast run around PvP server, you can do that. If you want more of a heavy, you know, you really slow down as you're picking things up server for PvE, you can do that as well. Added launch parameters storage to define root folder of storage location. Not quite sure. So that's very interesting, that. If you can change where things are stored on console in terms of that'll be the state of the server. So, where is the loot? Where are the players? What have the players got on them? If you can change that, in other words, if you can have multiple versions of it, it means we can do certain things like roll to a different time scale in a server. Now, we can do that at the moment on Nitrado, but it's limited to a number of days, when we back up a server. So it can be interesting to see what we do this. And then they say a functionality which will copy over storage when a storage exists in a default location, but not in the custom location provided by the storage launch parameter. So I think when we get the documentation, we'll be able to explain this a little bit better. Warned when DE spawned an entity with no types entry. Sword off was missing. Yeah, so mainly fixes. So there we go. You won't see that many gameplay changes for DayZ update 1.20. What I felt was when I was playing on the Xbox experimental servers, the game felt smoother, especially in built-up areas. So that is cool. You'll have the extra mime masks. Hopefully vehicles will be a little bit more stable, but the proof will be in the pudding. But the really cool thing about this is they're saying they're going to be doing a lot of work on DayZ in 2023, exploring the brand and the possibilities of the game, and also the fact that they want to give console server owners much more power in terms of what we can do with managing our servers, which is very, very exciting if you ask me. So there we go. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.